If getting up from a chair takes more effort than it used to, or opening a jar isn't as easy as it once was, that's not something you just have to accept. There's a real biological reason behind it, and there's one simple habit you can build into tomorrow's breakfast that actually helps. Stay with me, because I'm going to walk you through exactly what to eat and why it works. Before we get into it, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, because I break down real nutrition science every week without the fluff. And drop a comment letting me know where you're watching from today. I read every single one. Let's start with what's actually happening in your body. As we age, we naturally lose skeletal muscle mass and strength, a condition doctors formally call sarcopenia. It's not simply getting older. It's a measurable process, and left unaddressed, it raises your risk of falls, fractures, and losing your independence over time. Here's the part almost nobody explains properly. As we get older, our muscles become less responsive to protein, something researchers call anabolic resistance. In a younger person, a moderate amount of protein sends a strong signal to the muscles to start building. In an older adult, that same amount barely registers. Blood flow to muscle tissue declines, amino acids get absorbed more slowly, and the whole system just doesn't respond the way it used to. This matters enormously at breakfast, specifically. Most older adults eat very little protein in the morning, a moderate amount at lunch, and then load up at dinner. But your body can only use a meal's protein to build muscle for about 2 to 3 hours after eating it. So a big dinner doesn't make up for a low-protein morning. It just means your muscles spend most of the day working with almost nothing. To keep muscle-building signals active throughout the day, you need a solid dose of protein at every meal, starting the moment you wake up. And there's a threshold involved. At the center of this process is an amino acid called leucine, which works like a switch that turns on your body's muscle-building machinery. In a younger adult, around 2 grams of leucine, roughly what's in 20 grams of high-quality protein, is enough to flip that switch. But research shows that after 60, your muscles need more to get the same response, closer to 2.8 to 3 grams of leucine in a single meal. Anything less, and your body simply doesn't respond the way you need it to. So here's the one habit I want you to build starting tomorrow. It's not about one magic food. It's about making sure your breakfast clears that leucine threshold every single morning, using whichever high-quality protein source actually fits your life. And the good news is, you likely already have at least one of these in your kitchen right now. Option 1 is cottage cheese. A single cup of low-fat cottage cheese delivers around 28 grams of protein, easily enough on its own to clear that threshold. It's also rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually over several hours instead of all at once. That matters because overnight, while you're sleeping and not eating, your body is naturally breaking down muscle tissue for fuel. A slow-release protein, at breakfast, helps put the brakes on that overnight muscle loss. Option 2 is eggs. 3 whole eggs, cooked in a bit of olive oil, give you around 20 grams of protein and close to 1.8 grams of leucine on their own. Add a handful of sautéed spinach and 1/3 of an avocado, and you're not just closer to the threshold, you're also getting healthy fats that help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins, along with iron, magnesium, and potassium that support blood flow to your muscles. Option 3 is plain Greek yogurt. 200 grams topped with an ounce of raw walnuts and a teaspoon of chia seeds gets you around 24 grams of highly usable protein. The walnuts and chia seeds add a favorable ratio of healthy fats that help calm inflammation in aging joints and muscles, and the live cultures in the yogurt support gut health, which research increasingly links to how well your body absorbs and uses protein in the first place. Now, here's a real number worth knowing, not an invented one. The standard daily protein guideline most of us grew up hearing, roughly 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight, was designed to prevent deficiency in young, healthy adults. It's simply not enough once anabolic resistance sets in. Clinical nutrition guidelines from groups like the European Society for Clinical Nutrition and Metabolism now recommend older adults aim for 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram daily, and up to 1.5 grams for those managing ongoing inflammation or recovering from illness. Any one of these 3 breakfast options is a genuinely meaningful step toward hitting that target. I've seen this pattern come up again and again. People assume their morning weakness is just something to live with, but the ones who shift even one meal, usually breakfast since it's typically the lowest protein meal of the day, tend to notice a real difference in energy and strength within a matter of weeks. It's rarely one dramatic change. It's a quiet, steady shift that adds up. Quick pause here. If this is the kind of information you want more of, hit subscribe now so you don't miss the next video, and tell me in the comments where you're tuning in from. I love seeing how far this reaches. One thing worth knowing regardless of which option you choose. Try not to pair your protein-heavy breakfast directly with high polyphenol fruits like blueberries in large amounts, since the protein in dairy can bind to some of those beneficial plant compounds and reduce how much your body actually absorbs. A little separation between the two, even just a few hours, keeps you getting the full benefit of both. And one more thing that matters just as much as the food itself. No breakfast, however well designed, works in isolation. Pairing a protein-rich morning meal with regular resistance exercise, even just 2 or 3 short sessions a week using body weight, bands, or light weights, dramatically increases how effectively your muscles use that protein. Food gives your body the raw materials. Movement is what tells your muscles to actually use them. That's the habit. Not one specific food, but one consistent target every morning, enough high-quality protein to clear that loosened threshold, using whichever option actually fits your kitchen and your schedule. If this helped you understand what's really going on with your muscles as you age, subscribe so you catch the next video, where I'll walk through how to structure protein across your other meals to keep this going all day. And before you go, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'll see you in the next one.